Jason&Jabari.
What's up, guys? This is Jason from the Jason&Jabari Gaming, and today I'm going to do a bit of a different type of video. I do have a crystal opening going in the background. They're just random crystals that I've got here and there, so you guys would have something to watch while I yap, for lack of better terms, right? About I guess I guess it would be more of a state of the game from my perspective personally. So guys, the game for me personally is the interest level that I have in the game is around probably a 5 or a 6. Yeah, it's just I'm progressively losing interest. Number one is because they're kabam, as in they're just putting a paywall behind so many things as of recently, and even before that they were continuously ramping up what you need to pay for. Well, you need, I retract that statement. You don't need to pay for anything. What you can pay to get, and I did a debate way back in the day on this, guys, and I'm going to leave the link to that in the description, and I hope you guys check it out. A good friend of mine, Ghost Dog, hosted this debate, and we were talking when Battlegrounds first came out, and they were talking about adding relics and 7 stars, like all of it. And I spoke on this, and I was very passionate about it because I am pro player. Now, just because I am pro player openly, that doesn't mean that I don't care about Kabam, because I genuinely want this game to succeed, and I want them to be successful too. So that's not what that means. But what it does mean to me is that there has to be some sort of line drawn as to where it's showing that you truly genuinely care about the player base, more so than just the financial aspect and gain that you can get from the player base, because to me that's more of a user's mentality instead of more of a give and take, right, approach to it. And I am, you know, I'm a nobody essentially. So what I say doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but what I say hopefully will shed some light on some of the experiences that hopefully others are sharing. Guys, I can get these offers that they're coming out with. I choose not to right now because I don't see the benefit of these offers. Number one, I don't see where Cyclops or Jean Grey or Bastion is going to benefit me at the moment. Battlegrounds is kind of in shambles. It is looking like it's being largely ignored. I did ask Kabam if I could have some factual based data or just word of mouth, if someone could tell me which game modes were the most played and which ones were the least played, so therefore I could kind of give you guys an just not hearsay or an opinion, but at the end of the day I was told I would not be privy to that information, and that's okay. So all I can do is say that Battlegrounds is not in a good state right now. That used to be by far my favorite game mode. Now it's just like a pastime for me personally. I'm very vocal and I'm very open. I honestly don't care. I can do C5 in most metas because I simply can do it. I don't really have a passion to push beyond that There's a lot of things that I wish they could revamp and change and help out. I know people have recently come out with videos talking about those things. Guys, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I was in talks with Kabam dating back to June, early June of last year. Okay. And I have receipts, but I obviously can't disclose them. But just know I'm being very honest with you guys. I care about this community. I care about you guys. So there's no reason for me to lie to you. But I was in talks with individuals, some that were even named in some of those videos, about Battlegrounds and ideas. And I shared it with Kabam employees, very important Kabam employees as well. So I was trying. I am trying. I do try. Just because I operate behind the scenes and I don't talk a lot doesn't mean that I don't care about you guys, and doesn't mean that I don't try, because I honestly do. And I still try. But if you watch that video on that debate, and guys, I respect everyone on that panel. Know that some of those guys I respect highly. I consider them friends. They're awesome people. I was very passionate when I was speaking about this stuff that is transpiring now. Guys, that video that you're going to see is over a year and some ago. Okay. And you're just now seeing what I was speaking about back then. Okay. And to me, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It does. It doesn't excite me to know that I need, and I say need loosely, right, to spend money in order to stay competitive, in order to get that dopamine fix, right? And then even when I get that, it's like, okay, now what? Because I can use these champions in Battlegrounds, but to what? To not even get a fully formed 7-star, right? Like, that's a bit disappointing. And the excitement in the mode itself has just started to dwindle significantly for me. Now, that's not the end of the world, right? There's other game modes. I thoroughly enjoy War. One of the things that is keeping my attention with this game right now is War. They have revamped the rewards. Some close friends of mine reached out, and they said, hey, we're going to push for War Champ. So I do have a goal in mind. Having a goal in mind definitely helps keep your attention, because you're trying to achieve your goal. I'm that type of person to where, okay, Battlegrounds might not be my favorite game mode currently, but War absolutely is, and we're absolutely trying to achieve a goal right now. So that's keeping my attention, and that's where my champions can go. I know it's not like that for everybody. Some people like, AQ. Some people like, long form questing. And Kabam is coming out with more and more long form content with good rewards for in-game players. So there has to be credit when the credit is due. So I tip my hat off for that content that they are coming out with. But for me, like, I will hurry up and stream whatever content comes out as soon as I can. And if I can't, I will do a recap on it. And it's like, okay, that content is obsolete for me the moment it's complete, which doesn't take me very long. I plan to have multiple items used, but I get the job done every single time. I tell you guys my honest thoughts about it. I tell Kabam my honest thoughts. And then that's it. That's it for me. I'm not going in to do 100 different solos with like a 2-star or my favorite champion for a showcase. Most of the time, that content after it is complete for me is dead to me. Okay. So, and I know it takes a lot of time for them to revamp this stuff and come out with these ideas. So I'm not at all discrediting them. But for me personally, as soon as it's done, it's done. And then I don't have really anything to look forward to for a decent amount of time, because it takes time for them to do these things. So Battlegrounds was like that pastime where it's fun, it's exciting, I'm competitive, I get to use whatever new star level champions if I so choose. And you know, now it's just kind of like I'll play maybe a couple streams back to back, and then I'll park, because it's just, to me, the stress of it is not any longer worth it to push myself. Really, I haven't pushed myself in this game mode in a significant amount of time, guys. A significant amount of time. And I'm not trying to come off any type of way, so please don't mistake me for being like cocky or arrogant, because that's not my intent. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. I haven't pushed myself when it comes to tournaments, when it comes to just getting in C5. I haven't pushed myself. I haven't pushed my limits, because I don't believe that I need to, and I don't have the desire to. Honestly, I just do it as a pastime for some content, and that's just what it is for me. And I think I've been vocal about that on you know, various streams and stuff like that. And that's sad. That's what that is, guys. That's sad. And hopefully Kabam hears that, as someone who used to be a fierce competitor, who always wanted to push myself, who wanted to be recognized as one of the best, and took pride in it, right? Now it's just, it's more like it's insignificant to me, and that's sad. I don't have a lot of the answers to make everything work and be great, because this is all my experiences anecdotally, right? They're not necessarily your experiences, but I have heard an overwhelming amount of negative experiences with the game as of late, and I want Kabam to succeed. As I said, I really do. I genuinely mean that. I just think they need to take a different approach. Now, I don't know the business aspect of what all entails, why they're constantly shoving all these different offers down our face every single month, seemingly, right? It's getting to the point where it's like, this is so much that it's more of a turnoff for a lot of different people than it is for the vast majority of the community, from what I'm noticing, including myself. But I don't know the logistics that goes behind why they feel the need to do that. Okay, I don't know. What I do know is that the money going into this game from the player base is not completely used on this game. That's just business. I disagree with that 100%, but that's the reality of it. Okay, this company does multiple things, multiple games, and I don't know how they're splitting up all the all the revenue that they're getting from this game, but I do know that it's not going right back into the game. Okay, I do know that, and that's not something I agree with, but that is what it is. Okay, so that being said, if you guys do have some good ideas to help kind of aid Kabam, I would do so in a comment that's respectful, because if it's not going to be respectful, then I'm going to delete the comment, right? I'm going to hide that. I'm going to delete it, because that's not the message that I want to go out to Kabam. But you do have an opportunity to say something to Kabam. I will put this in the Discord for Kabam to see, and hopefully you guys will have some suggestive ideas to help where the players win, but also Kabam wins too, right? Because if the game dies, we probably never see it coming. They just post something one day and then that's it. It's happened to many other games that are gacha games like this game. I call it hamster wheel. It's the same thing, right? And I don't want to see that, because all the years of investing in this game, all the accomplishments, all the desires, it's all gone. It's all for naught. So if you guys would leave a comment as to how you would quote unquote fix certain things to where it's beneficial for players and for Kabam. Yeah, I mean, I'll start off and I'll say that we need some sort of game mode for Battlegrounds, as others had suggested, like to re-spark the interest level in it. Obviously, the rewards are very stale. I think they need to be overhauled, right? I think maybe even the arena needs to start introducing the 7-star versions of these champions if they want people to log in and grind that, right? Because their goal is to have people playing the game all the time. So that could definitely be something that could be looked at. And yeah, I mean, I don't have the world's best ideas right now, but you know, it's not about me. It's about us as a community. So you guys let me know what you think. I think I've talked long enough. And yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.